To be honest, when I crave something sweet, a sugar cookie is not top of my list. Throughout my vegan and gluten-free baking journey, I've focused on what I consider to be the tastiest treats. Chocolate cakes, baked Alaskas, brownies, truffles. I mean, even muffins and scones seem more appetizing to me than a simple sugar cookie. Maybe it's because I'm not much of a decorator and half of the appeal is the royal icing in the sugar cookie. But I have a sugar cookie recipe that has changed my opinion. Let's get baking. When I first made this recipe on a whim, I ended up eating the whole batch on my own in just a few days. Not great for my New Year's resolution, but great for you, because I'm gonna show you how to make them, and bonus, we're gonna turn them into gooey, heart-shaped sandwich cookies with a bloody center, perfect for Valentine's Day. For this recipe, we'll start with softened butter. I prefer earthbound sticks, these guys. I've also used the Country Crock plant-based sticks as well, so those could work too. You'll need half a cup or 1 stick. I prefer a stand mixer for this step because it just makes it easier to cream the butter together, but you'll be able to prep this dough in any bowl with just a spoon after this initial step. Next, add half a cup of sugar and whisk until nice and creamy. Then add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and whip again for just a few seconds. Next comes all of the dry ingredients. Add to the bowl of butter 1½ cups of all-purpose gluten-free flour and 1/4 cup of almond flour. The almond flour will give that cookie that extra buttery, nutty taste. And even though the cookie is crispy, we don't want it to get crumbly, so this will give it that nice perfect chew that you need. Finally, you'll add half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 tablespoon of tapioca flour. You could use cornstarch here, but tapioca flour is just a little bit better with the binding. However, with our last ingredient, xanthan gum, you should be fine either way because this is helping us replace that gluten that we're omitting. Next, whisk with a fork or mixer. It will be pretty sandy at this point, but don't worry. Slowly add in 3 to 4 teaspoons of water, a teaspoon at a time. Don't be tempted to add too much. Just add enough to help the dough stick together. You have to get your hands in there and mix it thoroughly, then squeeze in the butter. Once you have a cohesive ball, you're ready to grab your cookie cutters. The great thing about this recipe is that you can go right into cutting out your cookies, no chilling required. You can chill them if you'd like, but they come out the same either way. This dough can be tricky to work with. When rolling it out, ensure your countertop and rolling pin are lightly dusted with flour. I also find that rolling the pin lightly and in one direction helps prevent it from sticking. You don't want these too thin, so you don't need to roll them out too much. Just about 1/4 inch thick should be good. Now the fun part, cutting out the cookies. Next, place your cookies on a sheet pan lined with parchment paper. Your oven should be preheated to 325 and ready for your cookies. These cookies bake pretty quick, so be sure to check them periodically because ovens can differ. For me, they usually take anywhere from 13 to 17 minutes. You just want to make sure they're slightly golden brown around the edges. Fresh out of the oven, these cookies look gorgeous and they smell amazing. Of course, you could eat these as is or add a simple royal icing decoration, but we're gonna take these beauties a step further. While those cool, we're gonna get those delicious fillings ready. You could make a marshmallow filling, but personally, if there's a shortcut, it's okay to take it sometimes. I suggest saving yourself some hassle and using some of this marshmallow cream by Dandy's. I got this at Sprouts, but you could probably also find it online. We will, however, be making our cherry filling from scratch. This is gonna give us that nice, gooey, bloody center. First, add 1½ teaspoon of cornstarch into a small bowl. Then stir in 1½ teaspoons of water. This will create a slurry that you're gonna use later. You could use fresh cherries, but frozen ones are more accessible and definitely easier. I suggest the sweet dark cherries for a rich red color. Measure out roughly 3 cups and then give them a rough chop, just into smaller pieces. It doesn't have to look pretty. Throw the cherries in a saucepan. Add 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of organic sugar, 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Stir and bring the mixture to a boil. After a few minutes, lower the heat to medium and stir occasionally for about 10 minutes. Then add the slurry mixture. And then you're just gonna stir and cook for another 3 minutes or so and remove it from the heat. You wanna ensure that this is nice and cool before you build your cookie sandwiches. You can set it aside, or if you're impatient like me, throw it in the fridge for at least 20 to 30 minutes. Once everything has cooled, grab a cookie and spread on a thin layer of gooey marshmallow cream, leaving a center in the middle for the filling. These may get a bit messy, which is fine with me. I like the way it looks when it's showing on the sides a little bit, but if you want a super neat cookie, just go a little lighter on the cherry filling. Then simply top it off with another cookie. You can enjoy it as is or decorate it with some royal icing on top. So that's it, a super special sugar cookie sandwich for your love, your loves, or just you. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more videos like this. See ya!